Hello and welcome to the first creepypasta reading I've ever done. I don't really know how to start this. To go in tandem with my Pendrive Azul video, I thought it might be fun to record a recording of me reading this story. It's something I've been wanting to do for a while now, is record me reading creepypastas. Why? I don't know. I thought it'd be fun. Anyway, so like I said, today we're going to be reading Pendrive Azul. I'll have whatever game I have up on there. I'll probably be like Sonic or something. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy. My name is Gonzalo Guzman Camaño, and I'm going to tell you something horrible that happened to me 2 weeks ago. I couldn't keep it to myself any longer, so I decided to try and write it down to keep my sanity and know that what happened was true. It all started one night, when I received an unexpected visit from a friend at my house. His face was pale and his body was shaking non-stop. In his right hand, he was holding a blue flash drive that he slowly brought closer to my face. "Take it," he whispered. I obeyed him with terror and I put the flash drive in my pocket. Immediately, my friend put his hands to his face and began to cry in silence. His cries became stronger each time until they became screams of agony. I was terrified and trying to ask him what was happening. He suffered for a few seconds on the ground and then stopped breathing. I yelled for help until my mom answered me. The rest I prefer not to remember. The day of the funeral was one of the most disturbing I have ever experienced. Seeing my friend's entire family cry for him destroyed me inside. The autopsy said that the cause of death had been an epileptic seizure, and they never asked me for my version of the story. I never knew why. When I got home, I locked myself in my bedroom and began to cry, going over the moment of his death over and over again. Then I remembered the flash drive. At first, I hesitated to connect it to the computer, and until today, I am very sorry for having done it. I felt totally terrified, but I decided to see what that thing was hiding. I turned on the computer, and as soon as it loaded, I quickly connected the flash drive to the slot. A window appeared saying that the flash drive had a file. It was a document written in a language that I still can't decipher. I opened it without thinking. The document contained a file called sonicthehedgehog.exe. I noticed that the name was misspelled, but I couldn't process it in my mind. I double-clicked on the file and an error message appeared. I don't remember exactly what it said. I only remember that it said the name itself was misspelled. More than once I've managed to fix a file by correcting the name, so I added an E to the word hedgehog. The file allowed me to correct the name, leaving it as sonic_the_hedgehog.exe. That's when I remembered that my dead friend loved Sonic the Hedgehog. I was terrified to assimilate things, but I was calmed by the fact that it was the friendly blue character. I double-clicked on the file, and the screen went completely black. A few seconds later, in the lower right part of the screen, a text appeared that said loading, with 3 dots that appeared and disappeared frequently. "It's a fucking game," I exclaimed. I waited for it to load and the screen changed to a fully colored 8-bit landscape background, with the classic Sonic the Hedgehog logo moving his finger. For a moment, I thought that the subject of the flash drive had nothing to do with the death of my friend. That is, until I saw the fine print of the main menu on the game. Where it should say the company of Sega and other credits, everything was written in what seems to be that same strange language that the other document that was inside the flash drive was written in. A shiver ran through me, and I decided to press the enter button. The name of the level appeared with the same music from the original game, and then the level began. The name of the level appeared with the same music from the original game, and then the level began. I moved left and right with the arrow keys on the keyboard and could jump with the spacebar. I held down the right button to advance in the level. The character ran completely normal. The strange thing started when I collided with an enemy. In the original game, if you collided with an enemy, yellow rings would come out of Sonic in the form of damage. But this time, that didn't happen. Instead of rings, some very strange objects came out in the shape of a red square. My optimistic mind thought it was just a simple bug, but deep inside of me, I knew that it wasn't a good sign. I kept going until I finished the level. The next one, where the title of the next level should have been, text was displayed in that same strange language that I mentioned earlier. This time, the background was not normal. It was a slow-moving blood red. That's when I got scared, and I pressed the escape button. But the game wouldn't close. So I used Ctrl-Alt-Delete. That didn't work either. I got desperate. While the image was distorted violently, a flash appeared. A light that blinked so quickly that it paralyzed me. I couldn't move or close my eyes. I could only see the horrible things that were happening on my screen. The screams of a woman began to sound excessively disturbing, while Sonic's face crying blood was shown in the foreground, while a text that said RIP appeared everywhere. The screams didn't stop. In fact, they were getting louder. I started to cry, but without being able to move, my eyes just watered. Later, I started to shiver. I'll end up just like him, I thought, terrified. The screen then turned black, and the screams stopped. I struggled to move, but to no avail. A huge number 10 came out of the black screen, written in red. Then it changed to 9, 8, 7. I have to get out of here, I thought, unable to move. 6, 5. With my greatest effort, I managed to move a finger, then my head, my arms, and then my entire body. The count was 2 when I jumped to the floor to cover my head, as if there was about to be shooting. I heard a horrible scream of a woman, similar to the ones that sound in those horror jokes that are on the internet, only this one was scarier and worse. It was prolonged. I quickly disconnected the cable from the computer, took out the flash drive, and stomped it to destruction. The nightmare was over. Still, I wouldn't stop shivering. I wiped my tears and left the computer room. I never told anyone about it until now. Maybe I should just forget about it. Sometimes I think I shouldn't expose my life out of simple curiosity. It's not worth it. But if I am sure of something, it is that whatever happened after that countdown, I never want to know. So that was Pendrive Azul. Yeah, it got a little cheesy at parts, but I do really like this one. It is not like Sonic EXE, which is definitely a plus in its category. And then if you watched my video or continue to watch my video, you'll see more of my thoughts on the creepypasta. But overall, I thought it was pretty solid, especially for a haunted Sonic game. I mean, the idea of a Sonic game that could kill you is not believable, but somehow the concept of this makes it slightly believable. Like, I mean, a game could kill you with flashing lights. I want to, like, guess that that's what they're talking about here, that killed that one kid in the beginning. But anyways, thank you for listening. Let me know if this is something you'd want to see me do more of in the future. I'm still not sure how I feel about it, but yeah, don't put random USBs in your computer. That's not a good idea.